actually we owe Trump a huge debt of gratitude for proving something that I couldn't have told you if it was true before he won the presidency, which is there still enough democracy left in the system for something to upend the plan? Right? Because he was clearly off narrative.
Right.
And he did become president. So he did something for us that I don't know anybody else who could have done it.
Yeah, it would take a person with that kind of personality that could withstand that kind of abuse. Because he didn't freak out at all when they went after him. He's like,
right.
Just brushed it off like it was nothing. And no one's done that. He's also the only guy that's ever gone through 4 years and didn't age like he went through 30 years.
That's true.
He aged normal.
Yeah.
Like he's used to it. He's used to pressure. And Bush, he aged a ton. Obama aged a ton. Everybody aged a ton. Biden was already cooked before he got in, but he's hard. But he aged a ton. I mean, Biden from 2019 to today is a different person.
Yeah, and he was already visibly degraded, but wow, was it a precipitous decline.
Big jump now.
Yeah.
Trump was fine.
Yeah, Trump physically. And actually, I think he sounds better. I think, he drives me crazy sometimes when he talks, but I think he's getting better at it.
I think he's trying to be a little bit more reasonable, and try to appeal to more people because of that, that effort to be more reasonable. Like he's changed his mind about a lot of things. He's talking about legalizing marijuana. He's talking about all these different things that are like where, you're going to get a lot of different responses from like the hardcore Republicans are not going to be for that. Any idea of abortion, the hardcore right wing are not interested at all. And any restrictions on abortion at all, you get your hardcore left wing. So mostly it's the people in the middle. Abortion's a good one, right? Because most people are like, no one should be able to tell you what you could do with your body, but also aborting an 8-month-old fetus is kind of fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing, and I've been saying this forever, is that almost everybody agrees on the basics on abortion. We're supposed to not be able to even talk about it.
Right.
But most people believe that abortion is negative, that if you've got a blastula, right, a clump of cells that doesn't yet have a nervous system, that you have the right to terminate that pregnancy, and that the farther you go through that pregnancy, the less right you have. And most people are incredibly queasy about it, I think, as they should be in the third trimester. And, that's what we agree on. And so it's really the extremists on both sides that we are up against. But to the question of what Trump is doing with an issue like this, I want to make a couple points. One, I think there are two issues that are getting tangled. One, I think he's politically going to some places that are not traditionally Republican, because I think he's destroyed the Republican Party. I just don't see the same Republican Party I remember at all. I see a different thing, and it's flying.
It's a MAGA party.
Yeah, it's a MAGA party. Right, exactly. And that's a very different thing, because I see MAGA as mostly the labor faction that was cut loose by the Democrats in the Clinton administration. And so they've now found a home under MAGA.
Interesting. Right? Like, because blue-collar people were generally union people, which were generally Democrats.
Totally. And then Clinton turned the Democratic Party into a second corporate party, so that those people were homeless. And then Trump picked them up as MAGA, and they're now under the Republican banner. But it doesn't read like the Republican Party at all to me. And now it's picked up I don't want to say technocratic, that's dismissive, but it's got this Silicon Valley component to it.
Yes, that's recent.
Yep.
That's recent
as of
over the
convention.
last year.
Yep.
Yeah. It is interesting, right? Because we did, growing up, always associate unions and blue-collar people with voting Democrat, because Democrats were looking out for the middle class, looking out for people's best interests, supporting unions and fair wages and funding schools and all that kind of stuff, keeping neighborhoods safe. And Republicans were more like small government, fuck you, figure it out, I don't want to pay taxes.
Yeah, stingy.
And they were the ones that are encouraging war.
Yep.
Which is crazy today, that you have this massive 180-degree shift, and the Democrats are talking about how important it is that we keep funding Ukraine and that, you know, we have some sort of whether you're pro-Hamas or pro-Palestine, I should say, or whether you're pro-Israel, there's involvement in that. No one is saying, no Democrats are saying we need to get the fuck out of there.
Right.
They're saying we need to free Palestine. Oh, okay. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? How much is involved in that? Are you going to bring in people? You're going to send people there? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to kill people for this? What are we doing? The Democrats you guys are looking for war. You're not looking for peaceful solutions. Like, this is kind of weird. This is interesting. You know, that we need to beat Russia. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Right.
Are you serious? Do you know how big that place is? Do you know how much military force is behind Putin? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, what if he just decides to go nuclear at any point in time? If he gets pressured, you keep advancing further and further into Russia, and he's like, I'll just end this right now. I'll just turn Kiev into a fucking sandbox. Boom.
Yeah.
And then what do we do?
No, it's insane.